Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back for a very bright get ready with me. I'm feeling my look right now. I want to do a get ready with me basically and just chat shite for the course of this video. I don't know how long it's going to be, hopefully not too long, but it might be decent amount of time. I had a couple of new things to play with. It's mostly stuff you've already probably seen me use or I've had in my collection for a while, but there is a couple, about 4 or 5 things that's new that I want to have a little play around with and get a bit more use out of. So yeah, this is the look we created. How fun. Wait until you see this guy in here. Shook it. I need to use it more. I really like how this look turned out. I hope you are excited to see it as well. And here we talk a little bit about what's going on in my life. There's nothing really happening because I haven't left the house in forever. So yeah, I haven't really done anything except this. This has been my life at the minute. I will of course have up close pictures of this look on my Instagram, up close eye pictures and full face pictures to see all the details and the beautiful glitter in detail as well. So you can check that out on my Instagram down below and get updates on when I post new stuff because that's where I post it as well. Also, don't forget to subscribe down below to see more looks, more get ready with me's. I have a lot of things. I have face charts that I want to kind of do. Like I've done face charts, but I'm bored of it. I do them every now and again. And this was one of them. This was a face chart that I had that I wanted to do. And this is how it turned out and I love it. And let's get on with the actual look. Okay, I zoomed you guys in just a little bit and I have put my hair back, I have primed my face, I used my MAC Mineralized Time Check Lotion. It's very nice, very pore filling, nice and tacky as well. And then for my foundation, I'm not going to show like the full extent of everything that I'm going to be doing, but I am going to show you each step. So I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth foundation. Can't get it everywhere and I have only ever gotten it in America since they got rid of it here in Ireland, and I'm in the shade 110. I do have a backup bottle, so if anyone would like to send me some, because I love this foundation. So I'm just bringing it down onto my neck always. Make sure you get under your jawline as well here, a little bit behind the ear, and then once I have concealer and all that jazz on, I can lighten it slightly that way. So yeah, I had fun doing my last get ready with me. It was weird doing like my whole face like I am now. It's still weird because I'm so used to having my face mostly on, or at least only doing parts of my face. But it's fun. And I wanted to do a get ready with me because I do have ideas of things that I want to do that aren't palette related. And I don't know if you guys fully want to see them, but I think a get ready with me is a nice way to do them because it means I can get creative and you get an extra video and I can still do the palette videos as they are. I do still like to get creative in the palette videos, don't get me wrong. The palettes make me creative, but I do have ideas of stuff that I want to use, like colours that I've put together or shapes that I want to do, or this look is kind of a combination of a lot of things. It is a couple of products that I want to use that I haven't used in ages or haven't used at all, and also an idea that I had that I wanted to do. So then on to concealer. I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 05. So it is lighter, like a good bit lighter than this foundation, so it should help balance out the colour. I'm going to use a little bit around the eyes, nose. I do have a bit of a breakout, hormonal, that time of the month and all that jazz, so to combat that, I kind of just go section by section, areas that I feel like need it, and I use my finger. I always use my finger for my concealer. Very rarely do I use a brush. The only time I would ever use a brush is if my nails have gotten too long and I can't actually get in to the corners or anything like that around the eyes, but on the rest of my face I always use my finger. Don't use a sponge because I find it just absorbs too much product. You don't get the coverage. The only way I found to truly cover my dark circles and blemishes on my own face is with my finger. Now on other people I will use a brush. I will use a brush or a sponge, mostly brush. I'm more of a brush kind of gal anyway. But on myself, I just feel like I never have enough coverage if I use anything other than my finger. And like the way you would use a sponge, I just pat it in. I have done videos on concealers, so you can search my channel for how-tos for concealers. I don't as well, like you might find it weird when I do my skin because I don't do it the way most people do it nowadays. I mean, not everyone does it the same, but you know, I don't highlight down my face with my concealer. I don't use my concealer as a highlighter. I use my concealer as a concealer, as coverage. It just so happens that most of the time it's lighter than the foundation anyway. So, and for this one, I do need to lighten the foundation. So it kind of is doing that. but that's never the intention. I'm not actually highlighting. I just find that when I do my concealer the way I normally do it, it tends to help lighten the colour a little bit for me when the colour is too dark. Okay, so since we're quite dewy at the minute, I'm gonna go in with my cream products. I want to use a cream bronzer, cream blusher, and not a cream highlight, but cream bronzer, cream blusher, and the blush is one of the new things that I want to try. But for bronzer, I'm just going to use my Huda Tantour contour and bronzer cream in the shade Fair, and I'm taking this on a Luxie 522 tapered highlighter brush. I love this for this bronzer. I think it's so good for just buffing it in. It's the perfect size for my face, and it's so quick. Just very lightly using the very tips of the bristles, just so I'm not taking away any coverage that I have gone, because some of my breakout is back here. I feel like with these videos as well, I want to get like just chat away about life. I know I did that in my other one, but I want to give updates every now and again. I pre-film, so I will let you guys know that at the minute it is March. I pre-film because I am a procrastinator kind of person, so I like to have the videos done and I can edit when I'm editing. I'm usually not behind, but I'm usually cutting to the fine lines of things when I am editing and all that jazz. When I am in work, it can be hard to get the filming done. I have to wait for when I'm on late shifts, so I have time in the morning to film, or on an early shift, if I don't wear too much makeup into work, I can film after work or something like that, because I hate taking a whole face makeup off and then redoing it when I get in. That's a lot for my face. My face doesn't really handle that very well. I'm also going down my nose with this. I'm trying to get a nice bit of work done for the channel, for Instagram, for TikTok. I have a TikTok, if you didn't know that. Only started posting in the last few weeks, but it's fun. I'm crap at it. It's nothing spectacular. Okay, so one of the new things that I got, my manager in work actually was using this on her Instagram. She's been using this. This is the NYX Sweet Cheek Soft Cheek Tint Blush Mousse. I have the shade Coralicious. Yes, Coralicious is the coral. They have lots of different colours in it, kind of more nudie shades, berry tones and pinks. But I wanted something that has a little bit of pink in it, but also has a bit of orange in it. And she said they're really nice. I trust her, so I'm just going to do a little bit. And we shall blend in. I'm going to use my fingers to blend for now, just to see. I feel like when I said a little bit, this was a lot. Maybe. I don't know. I like a lot of blush, so I don't really mind. Oh, it's pretty. Do you know what this reminds me of? It's like sunburn. And I like it. I'm just taking my foundation brush and just kind of dab around these parts here. Just make sure it blends into the skin, but I still want the impact. Oh, I like that. Okay, I may have a new favourite product. I also as well want to do, I think I did this in my last Get Ready With Me as well, but I want to do faux freckles, and we're going to use Freck. My teeny weeny little Freck. This is the little size, because I know the normal size is still quite small. And I want to do this before I do any powder, so I can blend if I need to, like with a bit of foundation, to buff them in a little bit, because I've found they can be very stark on my skin, and they're very, I don't know if it's just me, I think it might be just me, but yeah, anywho. Okay, I definitely look like I have been on holidays, even though I haven't, because, you know, pandemic and all that, we're not allowed to go anywhere, but sure, look, we're gonna pretend, this is how you pretend like you've been on holidays. I'm going to use the Luna by Luna translucent powder. I have gotten this in a glossy box. I think I've used it once or twice. Couldn't tell if it's good or not. I can't actually remember. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that from the lid on a Real Techniques blush brush. And I kind of put a little bit into the lid, swish it around, and it gets more evenly coated on this brush. And then we're just going to set the face. Yes, I know we want glowy, which we will get there, but I still like to have my face set. So I'm going to jump off for a second. I'm going to do my brows, because I don't really want to do them on camera because they just take too long. And I'm just going to use my very, very used and abused Ingla eyeshadow in the shade 358. If you were a blonde of the same caliber as me and you don't like your brows too dark but you still like them defined, this is the colour for you, so go check that one out. So yeah, I'm going to do my brows, jump off, and I'll come back in a sec. Okay, so brows are on. I used that guy and a little bit of the Benefit 3D brow tones in the shade number 2 just to set the brows into place. But yeah, that's how they look right now. That's my current routine at the minute. And then I also popped on a little bit of primer just to kind of cover up the top part of my under eye, or under my brow bone, because I have a little bit of a ingrown hair situation. Well, it's gone now, but it's like the redness is still a little bit there. So I popped a bit of my MAC Painterly Paint Pot on, just as an extra bit of primer because my eyelids are quite oily anyway. And then the next thing we're going to play with is this guy, which is new. This is the P. Louise Basics Bright Cosmetic Eye Base, and this is OTT Orange. It's super bright, so I definitely want to use this on my eyes. It did stain me when I was swatching it when I first got it, but I think I'll be fine. Everything stains me, so that's not a big deterrent for me. If that was, I wouldn't be able to use most makeup, so yeah. So look how bright it is. It's so bright. I'm going to take it on an e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush, and we're just going to press this all over. Holy moly. Okay, we're getting a bright look today, which is what we wanted. I'm going to just start this all over the lid. You do not need a lot of this, clearly. I think I put too much out even just with that tiny amount. And I'm also going to take the tiniest little dab on the tip of the brush and run that along the lower lash line, because we're also going to be applying orange shadow under there, and I want it all to be the same intensity. And then just wiping off my brush a little bit, like seriously, that's me wiping it off. I haven't dipped in anymore really. I'm just going to go in and start stamping that colour out. So what I'm going to do now is I have a lot of single shadows that I want to use, mostly Colourpop, and I think two Glaminatrix. The red and the shimmery orange here, but I don't know if I'm going to use the shimmery orange, but all the other mattes, the oranges and peachy colours, they're all Colourpop. So I'm going to start with this guy here. This is Tiki, which is like a soft yellow. It's coming up very bright on camera, but still not as bright as normal yellows are. It's still a softer yellow. And I'm going to take that on a big fluffy brush, which is from the Lavender Luxe set from BH Cosmetics. It's a number 5, the super big fluffy brush. We're going to take that and we're going to use that to blend out around all the edge here. It's just going to add a tinge of yellow and orange it up a little bit more. So I'm just going to start by stamping it. I find that's the best way with P. Louise bases, to actually stamp them on first with the shadows, because it just tends to cling a little bit, and then you can go in and do your windshield wiper motions. Plus you get more pigment that way anyway. And then this yellow as well will be our blending colour, so for every other colour that we put on, this will be what we use to blend it out, unless we use the other colours. But when you want to soften, you're going to use the yellow. I have this brush here as well, which I'm going to use for my lower lash line. This is a MAC 512 SES, just like a flat kind of fluffy brush. Came out with the Christmas collection. I'm going to take that same shade, the same yellow, and we're just going to use that to do the same on the lower lash line. Stamp it on first to get your colour placement, and then you can go in and buff it out. Make sure you're connecting it as well. Okay, so I kind of have two mid-tone colours here that I don't know which one I want to use. This is more like the actual base colour. It's a bit more neon. It's called 000, and also from Colourpop, by the way. And this one is called Bratty, and I think I want to use Bratty because it has a bit more of that yellow tone, so I think this might make it look too coral, where this will keep it orange. But I can add the other colour in if I want to, but we're going to start with the Bratty shade. I'm going to take a pointed crease brush from Makeup Geek, and we're just going to pick up that shade and pop it kind of through the crease and a little bit onto the lid. I'm keeping the lid free of like eyeshadow for now because I want a little bit of the red there, but I am going to bring some of that colour down onto the lid. Just keep along the lash line there. Then I'm going to take a 214 from MAC. You can use that same brush we used on the lower lash line already with the yellow, but I want to keep that for blending purposes. We're going to take the same Bratty shade on that colour, on that brush, sorry. I'm all frazzled for some reason. And we're going to use that along the lower lash line. You can go right up against your lashes if you want to, which is what I'm going to do. I'm hoping that in the future when I do these kinds of videos that you know, when people say, oh, I was up to this week, I was up to nothing except editing and seeing my boyfriend on the weekend and watching Once Upon a Time, and I've been doing paint by numbers, actually, yeah, which has been fun. My boyfriend got me paint by numbers last year for my birthday. He got me 2 of them, like big ones, something like that will take me time. I don't want to finish it in like a day, and it's taken me time. I started it like instantly. I started it straight away, but then with editing and with work, going back to work then after that and all that jazz, I kind of would do it on and off, and it just takes so long. My God, it's great though. It's so relaxing. I was doing some last night and it was so relaxing. It's starting to come together now, even though I'm only on the 5th colour. But it's starting to come together. There's 21 colours. So it's going to take me a while. Okay, I don't think I'm going to use that other Carly shade because I think it's just going to take over completely. So I'm going to just do the red, which is from Glaminatrix. It's Bowite. I don't know. It's listed down below. It's a red. It's a beautiful red. So I'm going to take this on a BH Cosmetics Rose Gold number 8 brush, and we're just going to pick that up. This is a very similar brush to the one that I used for the primer, so you could use the same brush if you wanted to, or clean off that brush if you wanted to. I am going to use a clean brush because I want to make sure I have control with it, and this is going to go really close to the lashes. We're kind of just doing like a bright orange smoky eye. Instead of doing a brown smoky eye, we're going to do a bright orange smoky eye. Another thing that I got recently, my mom actually bought it for me. It's a giant map of the world cross-stitching set. I'm such an old person. I love cross-stitching. It's something I learned when I was in secondary school, which was basically high school for anyone who's not in Ireland. And I learned it in home economics, and I just took to it, and I just find it so relaxing. I have books and books, and I've got the threads, and I've got the patterns, and I've got the material, the Ada, and everything. Yeah, I'm totally into it. So if you're into that as well, let me know down below. And if you have any good sites that sell good patterns with some of the materials, it doesn't have to be everything, but good patterns or books that you can buy, let me know. Once I have only just a little bit left on the brush, I'm just kind of flicking it into that other orange we used. Then we're going to go back in with the brush that we used for the yellow at the beginning. I'm not going to pick up any more just yet. I'm just going to use that to make sure that between the orange, yellow and red, we have a good blend going. Okay, so I've done it on this side here. I went in with that same red shade, and I went in with a 214 from MAC, and I'm just running that through the lashes on the lower lash line. Make sure you connect on the outer corner as well. Make it as thick as you want to. This is already very thick, so we're just going with it. I'm also picking up a little bit more of that orangey shade, the Bratty shade, on the brush we use for the lower lash line first, and use that to blend it out. Okay, so not too much left to do for the actual eyes. I was going to use my Colourpop cream gel liner in the yellow, but it's actually dried up, which is really, really sad. Very disappointed. Very. It's the only yellow that I have, so I need to invest in another one. Maybe Urban Decay or NYX have new liners out as well, but I'm gonna make my own yellow. So we're gonna go in with my very old, very small and very battered looking milk liner from NYX, the jumbo pencils. We're gonna pop that on the waterline and take the yellow that we used. I may go in with a brighter yellow, but I think this should be okay. Just take a small little brush, a little lip brush or an angle brush will do. I'm just using the brush I'm gonna use for the glitter, and just press that onto the waterline. It'll take a bit of time to build up, but you'll get there. Alrighty guys, so all I've done so far is use my NYX glitter primer, and I pop that on my inner corner just to give some tackiness for the glitter that we're going to use next. By the way, just a little pre-warning, if you have leaky eye or very sensitive eyes, don't do that little trick with the shadow, because the shadow has a tendency to flick into your eye sometimes. My eyes aren't as bad, but it can happen, so just be warned that it can cause your eyes to leak a little bit if you're not careful. But we're going to use this glitter here. This is the LA Splash, oh, spilling, LA Splash Crystallized Glitter in the shade Hawaiian Fizz. Look at that colour, oh my god. And we're going to pop that on the inner corner. This is why I was kind of inspired by like a drink of some sort, because of this colour. Like a Hawaiian Fizz sounds like a really nice cocktail. So I've already applied the glitter primer like I said. Oh my god, it's so pretty. And I'm just pressing this where I applied the glitter primer. Oh my goodness, it's criminal how little I've actually used this. Kind of has like a yellowy green chartreusey kind of colour off it. Oh my god, it's so pretty. Oh my god, I cannot get over that glitter. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop on some mascara. I'm going to pop on a pair of lashes, and then we can do highlight and lip together, and we'll see if I want to add the orange in, but I don't really know yet. I still kind of prefer it as is, so we'll do that and I'll come back in a sec. Okay, lashes are on. My mascara is my Clinique Lash Power mascara, as I've been using for the past while, and then my lashes, I went for the Sosu Bliss lashes. This is from the Vacation set, I think it's called. There's Paradise and Bliss, and I use Bliss. So these are more wingy and fluttery, where these are more like kind of the same size all across. and fluttery. Still haven't added the shimmery orange just yet because I still don't know if I want to use it, so I just want to do my highlight, and we're going to use the Space Age Prophecy from Kaleidos because it has that kind of a green orange flash. So we have the orange, and this is like a chartreusey yellow, so I think it'll go really well together. I'm going to use my MAC 240S. I love this highlight so much. You do not need a lot, that's probably too much, but hey ho. Oh, look at that. I really hope you can see the flash in that. Okay, finish off the look. We're going to do lips. I'm going to use my MAC Bowley Bear lip pencil, which is a soft kind of peachy nude lip pencil, which I think will go really nice with this. I was gonna go like bright lip, but I want to keep all the focus on the eye. That glitter is just mesmerizing. And then for the actual color on my lips, I'm gonna go with the Sleek Matte Me lipstick in the shade Feels, which is kind of like a tan, like a very pale tan kind of color, which I think will go really nice with this tone on the lip. Kind of almost has a bit of a yellowy undertone in it, which I think will go nice with the eyes. It's a bit of a different kind of nude for me, but I actually really like it. And then last thing, I want to top it off with a bit of gloss because this is brand new for me. I don't know how long it's out, but this is the Catrice Cosmetics Generation Plump and Shine lip gloss. This is in the shade Golden Zyroon. It's like a gold with a pink shift through it. I don't know how much of that you're going to see on the lip, but I just think it looks very pretty. And if it's plumping, it's plumping. Oh, I can see it a little bit. I actually can kind of see the pinky shift in it. Oh, I kind of like that. That's very pretty. So that is the finished look. Alrighty guys, so that is the finished look. That's how it looks with gloss, highlight, glitter, feeling myself. Feel like a cocktail and should be on the beach right now, but I'm not. I love this look. I think it's so pretty, so vibrant, and yet still kind of fun and flirty and cute. It's not too grungy. It's a little bit grungy, but not. It's very, very blown out. Love the glitter. The glitter is my favorite part. Need to use that a lot more. If you did like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. It's the quickest, simplest and easiest way to give me a little bit of support, get my video around to more people, get me seen by more people, and also let me know you actually like the video so I'll do more. Also hit subscribe down below to see more videos. I will be doing more Get Ready With Me's if you guys like them. If you do, let me know. Let me know in the comments if you do like them, and I will do more. Also, what you think of the look. How do you think it turned out? Would you wear this look? It's quite an out there look, but I really like it. And again, my Instagram is linked down below to see all the pictures of this look. So I will see you in the next video, guys.